Comments made on the following paid commercial program are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any matter whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time.
Welcome to the Money and Wealth Show. On the program today, tax tips with David Ingram, money commercials, and our special guest, resource analyst David Smith. Welcome to the Money and Wealth Show. I'm Sterling Fox, and our special guest this week is resource sector analyst David Smith. Welcome to the show, David.
Glad to be here, Sterling.
Good to have you with us. You're a frequent contributor to the Morgan Report at silverinvestor.com. You have a service called The Right Doctor. You travel around scoping out investments. You're a busy guy. Which is the area of activity you spend most time on?
Well, I do quite a bit of professional writing through my business, The Right Doctor, but I also do a lot of traveling to different countries in the Americas to look at mining projects, either exploration projects or sometimes functioning mines and mills as well.
Now, when you go to visit a mining company and its on-site location, you essentially are the eyes and ears of a potential investor because you do an observation system, you come back and you write them up. Mm-hmm. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for a business plan that is something that people can understand, that looks like it's going to work, that is showing that it's working, especially if it's a producer. Looking for property that has the mine and the mills developed in a safe way for the workers. Looking also at secondary things like how does the ownership interact with the local population. And I've been really privileged to go to a number of mines in not only Mexico but in Chile and in Argentina, where the blending is such that you almost don't know it's a Canadian that owns the mine, you know. And about 60% of all the money worldwide that is used in exploration in the resource sector comes from Canada, from either Toronto or Vancouver. So, I mean, Canada has a tremendously strong presence worldwide in this sector.
Now, Canada is seen internationally as a very safe place in which to invest, particularly in commodities in the resource sector. Mm-hmm. And you travel a lot outside of North America. How would you compare other locales like Chile or Mexico from the point of view of security, ability to sleep at night for investors who want to sink their dough into a company that has a project in one of those foreign places?
Well, you know, Canada certainly is one of the safer countries worldwide for that, and you're blessed with a lot of natural resources to boot. Argentina is relatively safe, even though they had a currency disruption 7 or 8 years ago. Chile is much more stringent now in terms of their relationship to mining companies. They're very mining friendly than they were, say, 25, 30 years ago when they had a lot of social unrest. But each country, even the United States and even Canada, has some country risk. The rule of law is very strong in our two countries, but sometimes they can add taxes that come out of nowhere or things like this, which can make the mining a little bit less profitable. For example, in the United States, they're trying to rewrite a mining law that was done in the 1870s, and if they rewrite that and basically charge the miners to use the government land, that could really cause some serious disruptions in the mining sector for the United States.
Now, is that, just to pick up on that, that would be then similar to the way they treat the forest industry right now. If you log on government land, then there is a fee attached to it. Do mines not have that fee at present?
In the past, they've had to pay for mineral rights, but they've had basically enabled them to work on government property without paying some kind of a royalty.
Oh, okay.
And so some of the members of Congress are looking at this ways to raise more revenue. And as you probably know, our country is massively in debt over the last couple of years, especially to the point where each man, woman, and child in the United States owes about $40-some thousand. I don't know how that's ever going to be paid off, and so they're looking high and low for ways to come up with new taxes.
I want to return to this whole issue of debt, both American and Canadian. But back to the country risk, because it's an intriguing subject for a lot of people, particularly people who are looking to invest. And a lot of the projects that are attractive are junior companies, relatively inexpensively priced, and yet they are for projects in the ground someplace far away. I'm thinking in terms of way up there in terms of country risk. Would Indonesia be at the top of the riskiest countries in which to do business?
Well, I'm not real conversant about Indonesia per se, but from what I've read, I wouldn't say that they would be necessarily. But you wouldn't think of Ecuador as being high risk particularly, but yet they nationalized one of the largest gold finds of the last 20 years a couple of years ago. So you just don't know. I think Venezuela, under its current situation, is a high risk situation. Hecla had some properties there, and they finally sold out. So it has to do with the predictability of the political system, and the rule of law has a lot to do with how much country risk there really is.
Is there a website, David, or someplace a person looking to do their due diligence and good homework can go to find out where a list of risky countries is published?
The Fraser Institute publishes a list every year and they rate the countries in terms of risk, the very types of thing that you're talking about. Is it a good place to do business from the resource sector? And that report comes out every year, and that's a very good place to start. And then I would also look at the websites of the individual companies themselves. You can learn a great deal there. And the nice thing about this sector is the IR people in these sectors and even management are often approachable when you talk to them on the phone or you see them like we had today here at the Money Expo. They're really approachable, and you can really get a sense of what's going on and what kind of people they're like by talking to them.
Our special guest this week on the Money and Wealth Show is resource sector analyst David Smith. And we're back with lots more after this.
Good afternoon. My name's Larry Ray. I'm the president and CEO of American Manganese, Inc. I'm here to tell you today that American Manganese could possibly bring in the lowest cost electrolytic manganese metal mine in North America. It'll be the first one in the past few decades. What is manganese? Well, you can't have a steel industry without manganese. If you don't have manganese, you don't have steel. If you don't have steel, the world stops. North America has no manganese. We depend on our neighbors and other countries to import our manganese, and it just doesn't make any sense we don't exploit the resources in our own country. So I'm here to tell you that we are moving ahead with the feasibility study, we're moving ahead with the environmental studies, and we're moving ahead with a massive drill program in order to build the American Manganese, Inc. into the first primary electrolytic manganese producer in the United States. Please visit our website at americanmanganese-inc.com or call us at 604-531-9639. Thank you.